Does Davido actually have that much effect on the Afrobeat industry to have said that when he left or when he took that much in their break, the Afrobeat industry actually shut down?
Might not be shut down literally, but shut down in terms of people actually missed him. We did miss the noise, but I don't want to call it noise. We missed the fun that Davido brings to the industry.
What's your thought on Wizkid's verse? Because if there's one thing that Regha said, you definitely said that Wizkid doesn't have a good musical pen game.
I feel like Regha needs to be stopped. I feel like he's talking way too much for somebody who feels and thinks he knows too much about music. He needs to shut his mouth off.
You see, without me on this podcast, everywhere is shut down. They will not be able to do anything. No production will actually go. Why did they laugh? Hi guys, welcome to Gusto's What's Happening, and I hope that you guys are excited to see me again, because I am excited to be here. I'm so excited. I'm always excited to be in your faces. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're doing awesome, and I hope that you guys have recovered from the losses and the wins at the Eddies. Wait, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here today.
I am excited too. I mean, how you copying me? I already said I'm excited. Find another English use. You guys know how we do it here now. We'll come and gist and talk about everything in the world of Afrobeat, everything that has to do with your favorite artists, your celebrities, and all the gossips that I've actually been making around. Now, when I started, I said something. I said, without me, shut down. This podcast will not happen. This production will not go on. And wait, why are you laughing? Now, Davido has actually been going around making claims, and there was one that stood out to me. Has to be when he said that when he took the much needed break in 2022 before the release of the Timeless album, the Afrobeat industry shut down. Shut down. And that was really, I'm like, how come? Like, people don't drop songs when Davido come out. Does Davido actually have that much effect on the Afrobeat industry to have said that when he left or when he took that much in their break, the Afrobeat industry actually shut down?
To be very honest, one thing you have to realize in this game is there's always going to be something said, and there's always going to be something that the next people think, or however people want to react to what had been said. So Davido makes that claim. The next question we should be asking ourselves is this legit, or he's just trying to big up himself or hype himself up? But the truth of the matter is, might not be shut down literally, but shut down in terms of people actually missed him. I did miss him, to be very honest. When he left the scene, everybody knew the reason why he left the scene, and everybody understood the reason why he did that. And then there was just this sentimental attachment to the fact that he's been around for a long time, always been, and probably that incident had happened. So I feel like he's just saying to big up himself. However, it is not a far-fetched claim, right? Yeah, the industry was kind of like on a shutdown, but not shut down because Davido left, but because we actually really missed him. A lot of people did miss him. So I really feel like it's quite a noble claim, to be honest. It's not far-fetched. The industry was not shut down. Davido, please. But we understand what you mean, and we don't take offense for it.
Okay. I accept that. The ups, when they're always talking about Davido, they're always talking about, this man makes too much noise, he's everywhere. So would you now say that what Davido was trying to say, that maybe they missed that noise? Maybe the noise that they say is always making.
Every time it's a Davido news, it's always a big news.
Yeah,
like I feel like everything around this guy is so much of a big deal that if Davido is not in the news, it seems like something is missing. All right, he's undoubtedly one of the big threes. Even when we talk about big threes, I hate to do this, but I will definitely do it because it's something that is there for everyone to see. When we mention the top guns in the music industry, people who are holding forth, the Afrobeat space, it has to be the Wizkid, it has to be the Burna Boy, it has to be Davido. And joining the list now is Regha, who's doing amazing. So the list is actually even stretching, but you cannot miss Davido, Wizkid, or Burna Boy. So probably because he comes with a different type of energy. His energy is so infectious. If there's anything about Davido that I particularly love, is the fact that his energy is very infectious. Davido is not He's not a person that you can constrict to one place. He's a happy guy.
He's everywhere.
He's a joyful fellow. So I want to think that we did miss the noise. We did miss the noise, but I don't want to call it noise. We missed the fun that Davido brings to the industry.
Okay, yeah, that's true, Sha. Everybody would actually miss it there. So now, one of the things, or another thing that Davido said was that in 2026 we are going to be seeing a joint album, collaboration, and even maybe a tour with him and Chris Brown.
That's quite big.
It's big, right? It's really big. And then we know that anytime Davido and Chris Brown actually drop a song together, it's always a hit. I mean, look at Blow My Mind. Sensational. Whenever those two drop a song, it's always a hit.
You forgot to mention Titanium on the 5 album.
That's true as well. So now, don't you think that it's already time for Davido to probably outgrow that collaboration? I mean, the moment he said it, definitely fans are like, oh, this Chris Brown again. You want to milk Chris Brown again? Do you think Davido should already just outgrow that part and probably just look for another big collaboration and probably stop dwelling on Chris Brown?
I don't think so, because Chris Brown and Davido have an insane energy. They actually sync. It's like bread and ever going. You cannot separate Davido and Chris Brown in terms of energy. I mean, look at all the songs they've been on. Look at the collaborations they've had. They've been amazing hits. I'm not even going to talk about the other projects. Let's even go with the 5 album, for example, the Titanium song. You could see the imprint. You could see that Davido was more relaxed on the record, knowing that I'm actually doing this thing with my guy. And I've said it oftentimes more than 20 billion times. I mean, I think it's time for Chris Brown to actually have a Yoruba name. Let's just give him Oluwafemi or just Moshood or something, because he needs to actually now get into the culture, because for him Afrobeat is easy, but I feel like it's easier with him and Davido being on the record, because right now they've been doing this thing it's almost like, yo bro, what's up, what you doing, you're free, you got 30 minutes, let's do a song. That's the energy I'm getting, that that's the kind of vibe I feel like they have, that the kind of connection they have. So going on a tour or doing a joint project in 2026, it doesn't come like a surprise to me.
I wasn't surprised with that.
It doesn't come like a surprise to me, because I feel like it is long overdue. This bromance between Davido and I want to say Wizkid, Davido and Chris Brown, is something that should birth not just an album, not just a collaborative project, but even a tour. I am dying to see what a tour with Davido and Chris Brown will look like. I feel like it's going to be a whole lot of shake-up.
And talking about the energy that you said you receive, I'll call him, my brother, you already even mentioned it, that when it has to do with Chris Brown, they don't even need to go through any sort of label, that he said that you don't need to go to any, I just eat him up. Let's just do this. Let's just do it.
They have that relationship, and I think it's good for the culture, and everything that Chris Brown has done and everything that they've both done together have been able to also elevate, the culture. It's like seamless. It's too easy for them, and them being on the record, you already know what to expect. When I saw that Chris Brown was going to be on the 5 album with the song Titanium, I wouldn't even lie, that was the first song I went to spin, because I wanted to actually hear what I really love them together. This is no sentiment, I'm not a 30BG fan, but I do love a collaborative project that has Davido and Chris Brown together in it.
Beautiful. I mean, we cannot wait to see that. The tour. I'm even more excited about the tour, because I already know what a Davido and Chris Brown song will sound like. I know that hits definitely will enjoy it. I know for one that we're going to enjoy it. But the tour is what I want to say, because I know Davido to be that kind of artist that you will not know the next thing that he wants to bring on board. I mean, look at the creative energy and PR for the 5 album.
Absolutely.
So imagine
amazing.
now planning a tour with an artist like Chris Brown. I mean, what I cannot wait to see is that creative push again. I really cannot wait for that next time that Davido would actually work on a very serious and intentional creative push like that. Now, still talking about the 5 album and the claims that Davido made, he said that, and talking about overusing or outgrowing, if there is one thing that Nigerians, fans, even ops have been singing into Davido's ears, Mr. Man, drop the Amapiano. It is okay. We know 1 year again. No be South Africa then born you. I beg. And then he went on to say, South Africa, they're even working on another song now, 3 steps.
Yeah.
And back down, I used it on my album. How far now?
I feel like honestly,
how far?
I feel like, see, to be honest, let's even just stop talking about this whole Amapiano thing and whatever. See, listen, a lot of people have actually sat down and owned a certain type of genre, and it has continued to work for them. Case in point will be Charlie Poppy. Charlie Poppy discovered a new wave.
Yeah.
He actually originated it.
Afro talk.
Called his brother and said, see, it's time for the Zamas to actually rule right now. If I no say we want me go, we go chop. Lao, please stay on this sound. And then there's famous Pluto who's doing the same thing, and then there's Zeridiel. And look how far it's brought them. Yeah. Charlie Poppy won an award on the nights at the Headies, 17 Headies, and Zeridiel won the Rookie of the Year. Yeah. So staying true to your craft and what works for you is actually what I actually preach. So anybody who thinks that Davido has been stuck on the Amapiano parade, is it working for him? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Has it worked for him? Yes.
Definitely.
Will it work for him? Absolutely. Because I mean, at the end of the day, if I sing as an R&B artist, I don't have any business trying to be like a reggae artist. If I know that I have a particular sound, it doesn't stop me from being versatile. I mean, if you listen to the 5 album, for example, you see different
sounds. Versatility. It was
different sounds, different genres, and that's again why he actually brought a lot of people on. You know, put them in that album on that album. I beg your pardon. 13 collaborations, 13 different sounds and different people, different vibe. So what, like, you guys should, like, I'm getting sick and tired.
Was it worth it for you though? I mean, the 13 collaborations, features and sounds, like,
absolutely, yes, absolutely. I mean,
listening to the album,
absolutely. I mean, look at what the Omale song is. With you. Look at that.
Not only the lyrics, just
look at that. It is actually mind-blowing to see that song is like one of the biggest songs in the country right now. I mean, I listened to the Tacy and Daju feature, and I'm like, this is something fresh. I love Tacy. And when I saw that Tacy was going to be on the album, I'm like, holy, yes, that's the shit. And it brought me a new type of energy. It brought in a new type of energy, a new type of vibe, something that I was absolutely, longing for. He did deliver. Talk about Becky G on the project, for example. Absolutely crazy. Her sound is insane, is infectious, different vibe. Victoria Monet, come on, let's not talk about, like, it's 13 collaborations. Did it work? Absolutely worked. And I actually really, really love the fact that he did not listen to anybody. And you know what he said? He said that, you know what, we even had more than 70 songs to select for the album. Imagine selecting 17 out of 70.
I mean, so we are going to really hit good though.
That's
for the
intense.
Rest of the year.
So for me, 10 over 10 with the collaborations, perfect, was a brilliant move.
All right, now, so you actually mentioned that the song that he has that new South African sound on, what did he even call it? He said 3 steps.
3 steps.
On Don't Know.
Don't Know.
You've listened to Don't Know, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel like this was something different? Because for me, if I'm going to be very, very honest, I feel like it's a refined Afrobeat sound. I don't think it's something that is originally from South Africa. I feel like they took Afrobeat and like, how can we modify it and then call it our own? I feel like it's refined. But what do you think about it?
Yeah, so I think one thing we need to also realize is the way we have different nomenclatures for this kind of sound. It's a South African sound.
Yeah.
They decide what to call it. Like for us here in Nigeria, we say Afrobeat, but there are different aspects of the Afrobeat.
Yeah.
Right? For example, there's an Omale who has the sound of Afro Depression. Whatever we name it. I just feel like his names. Yes, it does resemble Amapiano. Yeah. It does have elements of Afrobeat, Afro and all of that. But if they wake up one day and decide to call it 14 step, we've had Skales, we have different type. We had what they call that dance, Etigi. We've had different Etigi, sounds. We
have Shoki.
We have Shoki sounds. We have Shoki dance. We've had different elements of music originating from different things. So that 3 step can actually just rejig your mind to say maybe not the dance style that they call on 3 steps. It's a beautiful record, by the way. Anyways,
But me, I just feel like it's refined Afrobeat. So are you now saying, because from your response, are you saying that that's South African sound that Davido is claiming that you used on the 5 album Don't Know? Do you also agree that it's probably let's call it a part or a subsection of Afrobeat, not originally from?
I don't want to get into the drama of Afrobeat.
You don't want South Africans to come and drag
Africans going about the Amapiano thing. I think it's overflogged already. If they say it's Afrobeat, good. Is it working for us? Good. Is it helping us to push the culture? Yes. Whatever anybody claims it is, to each his own. Yeah.
All right, no problem. Now, I think, we've actually said enough about Davido, but if I'm going to be very honest, can we actually really stop talking about Davido? It's not possible.
The big person.
Wizkid and Olamide dropped, should I call it, the most anticipated collaboration yet? I mean, following the first 3 months of the year, they've dropped the song Kai.
Yeah.
And then fans have actually been raving. It's, the one that stood out for me was Regha's analysis.
Yeah.
I read it and I'm like, even if you've not listened to that song, if you read that Regha's analysis, you don't need to listen again. It's as if he already told you what is on that song or what is in that song. What's your thought on Wizkid's verse? Because if there's one thing that Regha said, he definitely said that Wizkid doesn't have a good musical pen game. So what's your thoughts on that?
I feel like Regha needs to be stopped. I feel like he's talking way too much for somebody who feels and thinks he knows too much about music. Ooh. He needs to shut his mouth up.
I mean, it's not only music. He actually analyzes.
I don't feel like just be talking about birds, poetry, science, or something, and leave music alone. Whilst we want to actually really love and respect everyone's take, I feel like certain takes come with a little bit of toxicity, and I really don't understand why you would say that. Pen game or no pen game. Now, are these Afro superstars actually trying their best to stay relevant? I will say yes.
Yes.
Because we regard them as OGs. For a Wizkid and an Olamide to be on a record together, I feel like it's an OG team up. Bro, Alpha, Mr. Balogun, Shewa, where you dey? Oyao, Bosita, who enter studio. That kind of thing. So they've been able to do so much for the culture. I mean, if you look at everything that Olamide had done, I mean, from actually setting up the YBNL project to actually taking artists on, building them, helping them find their footing in the industry. Their names to call. I don't want to go into all that. I mean, most prominent will actually be Ashakem, the money with the vibe, right? And then Wizkid, for example, might not have been able to tell that part of actually building artists, but actually has given Afrobeat a serious standing. Now, are they actually winning out? Yes, because there's a new crop, a new generation of artists who are coming to actually take over the scene. Now, is it bad for them to jump on a sound? Is it bad for them to actually just have fun on the record? Nothing wrong with that. What pen game are you looking for? If you want pen game, go and listen to Oju Elegba. If you want pen game, go and listen to MMS. If you want pen game, there are tons and tons of Wizkid songs that are absolutely, I mean, like classics.
Okay, sorry to cut you.
Hold on, at the vet. Then Regha, I feel like you might want to have a little bit of take on what is supposed to be substantial music, but he doesn't know jack shit about it. Because I mean, what you mean by pen game? People are just having fun on the record. I just feel like it's a fun song. There's really nothing serious in that song. Nothing. It's just a fun song. Please, I mean, spare me that.
Okay, so no vex. Calm down. Now you mentioned something about you should go and listen to Ojo Elegba, and then I saw another reaction that was like, most artists, the time where they actually have enough substance in their songs is usually at the beginning days of their career, when they are still trying to make it, like they still want to make them, because he also, that reaction, Bessie also mentioned that hunger breeds success. Now, would you say that this person is actually right? Because you already said it now that you should go and listen to Ojo Elegba. So is it now? Are you now saying that now, okay, they don't blow finish, they've made the name, they just want to keep having fun on the sounds? I
mean, there's even the Holy Book says there's time for everything.
Okay.
Right? A time to born, a time to die. Right? A time to sow and a time to reap.
Okay.
In the sowing days, you have to be audacious. You have to actually come with a lot of energy. I mean, Wizkid has had multiple interviews where he said he used to sleep in the studio. He was a studio rat, right? You've grind. You put in a lot of work. You've done your homework. You in that formative year of your career or years of your career, you've done a lot of incredible, intense work on your artistry, on yourself, on your branding. Look at the trajectory from when it started, from the Superstar album to even Murayo, where is, you will see the different stages and phases of his life,
growth and evolving,
for holding the music scene for over a decade, and you're still asking for what? Pen game.
See, you're still asking for
please
pen
now
game.
Please. So I feel like I don't want to say, okay, lose your substance, don't give us quality music. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is they're just really having fun. I think what Wizkid and the likes of the Olamides are looking out for is just trying to see the next superstars, the next generation of artists who they want to actually groom to continue to hold down the culture, because it would be foolhardy for them to just leave the scene.
Yeah, that's true.
There has to be something that they can look back and say, oh, we're incredibly proud of these guys because of the enormous amount of work we've put in to hold down the structure, to hold down the culture, and have Afrobeats be recognized as one of the biggest, or if not the biggest, export right now out of Africa.
That's true, Sha, because saying that they actually want to hold it down to be sure that when they leave, that legacy is not ruined, I think is actually very, makes sense. But there's something you said that I would really want to say. Maybe to avoid comments like Daniel Regha's and stuff, maybe when our artists drop songs now, they should be putting it when they post it, we're just having fun on this sound. Don't expect substantial or don't expect pen game. We are just having fun. They should put it in the description box so that we know, when we listen, we know that okay, they've told us before that they are just trying to have fun.
Fair enough.
Now, talking about fun, Wizkid and Olamide have actually been having some like beautiful and great amount of fun on X. You know, Wizkid posting, Olamide posting, Olamide calling Wizkid Mr. Balo, Wizkid actually quoting the tweet and blah blah blah. But in all of this mix, it seems like it's now becoming obvious that Davido, he don't that put him in the side.
Yeah.
What exactly is going on? Because we've actually had an Olamide and Davido collaboration before, and then all of a sudden we just don't see these people with him again. Is it possible that maybe, just maybe, if they want to insult Davido now, if they want to see anything, even Wizkid, if you want to say, they're always referring to the fact that, oh, maybe he's a sports rich kid and stuff. Does it mean that this particular, privilege that Davido was able to enjoy right from childhood, that definitely the others had to walk their way up to? Could it be that that's what's vexing them? Like, they point inside money, feed the roll with us, we'll work for our own money.
Well, I don't think so, because honestly, if you look at Wizkid, for example, he's worked his way up to the top.
Yes.
If you look at Olamide, for example, he's worked his way up to the top. I really just feel like it's just really about energy. Maybe just at this point in time, the energy is just right between Wizkid and Olamide. And the interview that Davido granted at the Breakfast Club show, he said, talking about these guys, I'm cool with everyone is my friend, but I just don't have a personal relationship with them. Not everybody with your life when know you, when you know you, they follow the role like that. So and I think it's fair, I think it's fine, right? But all those things, people will talk and fans will definitely talk, and everyone will want to pitch, one artist, against the other. Fans, Yeah. So, but I mean, if you look at everything that's been happening, they've been having a lot of fun, being on, projects together. It doesn't really alienate, Davido from the scene. I feel like Olamide will try as much as possible to play the big brother role and try to balance things up.
We've not seen it though. Does it look like there's actually going to be a balance?
We can't say, because you can't predict anything. I mean, life is life. I saw a comment.
Everybody is just picking sides at this point. That's what I feel like.
Well, it is what it is. But to what end, actually? If they're not beefing, it's for the good of the culture. I mean, Olamide thinks Wizkid is a better person to be on the record with him. So be it. Because people were saying, what's his name? Olamide never even tweeted anything about the 5 album.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Come on, you don't know what would have transpired behind the scenes.
That's what we're saying.
Some people would say, a public showing would be better, so the fans can say, there's a unity amongst them or anything. But let's leave all that behind. I feel like it's just distraction, and right now it's about energy. Just maybe we can see a Davido and Olamide record. You never can tell. This is 2025, and I was still in April. The month is rounding up. We're getting to Q3 and Q4 pretty soon. Anything can happen.
That's true. Fingers crossed. But do you really think Davido would? Oh, well, let's wait till then.
Let's wait
till then. Okay, talking about energy, and if we're talking about an artist that burst into the scene, had a very big feature with Tiwa Savage, I think you already know what I want to talk about. Then, what seemed like a call out. Oh, nobody carry me reach here. Now me big reach this place. Blah, blah, blah. Make nobody say they help me. Everybody, even announce UK tour. They won't go, and I'm not sure they've gone. I'm not sure they. Let me say they because it's a really big name. But now seems like something fishy going down. Suddenly this person is no longer the rave of the moment, the talk of the moment. The song say people know today jam am again like before, talking about joy is coming, Awolowo. Is this the beginning of that scary downfall that every artist or every person that suddenly blows up used to dread, like, oh my god, I hope this day doesn't come? Like, is this the beginning?
To be very honest, as an artist, you need to understand that times and seasons now something will not be just for mouth. It is a fact,
and you're not in control.
You'll never be in control. You will never be in control. So that's why they say embrace the moment. Person will talk and no water for mouth. Embrace the moment. Use it as much as you can, because for what it is, now who they reign today be champion for today. Do you understand?
Yeah, definitely.
So when he had that momentum, of course, beautiful record. Let's not take anything away from the record. Beautiful record. Joy is coming, amazing tune. Awolowo banger. Announced the tour, everybody was saying, oh, what do you want to sing?
With two songs?
Meji, you want to sing every day, then you turn on to reggae, turn on to my piano. What's up? But anyways, he had that platform. Then he went on to that rant. I know for a fact that this thing will bite down for Nyash. But it is what it is. Nigerians, no matter what you do to them, they quick forget. So probably would have prayed on it and played with that emotional type of, okay. And no matter what I say, I just need to give them good songs, and then of course, everybody will forget. They will chop on. I really don't feel like this is the end for him, because it's still early, right? And I'm happy that he's experiencing all the chaos right now, so that can help him build character, build his energy, build the momentum, learn from the mistakes, know that, oh, I shouldn't have said this, know that I shouldn't have moved this way, and all of that. So I'm happy for him. Ironically, that is happening like this, so that he needs he needs to learn the lessons, right? Whether it works out for him at the end of the day, which I hope it does, we'll see.
Okay, we really hope that it works out. And then there's this video that's been making rounds about him going to perform in Kenya and then having to kneel
to beg.
When you saw that video, what popped in your head? Like, what was your reaction at first?
First, I said, get up.
Today.
Stand up.
What are you doing?
Quick, Fido. Get the fuck up. Like, what? You're kneeling for what? I don't understand. You they owe them money. Get the fuck up, bro. But then again, I never watched the video again. And I remember someone was with me at the time, and I said, this thing looks scripted though. I believe this thing no be fake like this. Maybe Fido won't release project now, just wants to be in the news. Because the guy was talking about the situation and he had his mic on his mouth. Fido too had the mic in his mouth.
Yeah.
I could have thought, okay, in that situation they would have actually been bantering, without the mic and all that, because probably they are professionals and they should conduct themselves professionally. At least that was I thought. But you cannot control people's emotions. You wouldn't know what they would be able to do at the time where there is chaos, and all of that. So it looked scripted to me, it looked fake to me. But when the intensity started and everything, they bounced him off the stage. The guy was saying, don't disrespect me, don't disrespect. I'm like, this one don't pass. They don't over script them. Say the thing don't come up for script now, don't turn to real.
They don't forget saying that film.
I really don't know if it's an agenda, but that didn't look good at all, and I felt really disrespected. I felt Fido, for what is what, don't kneel. Why would you kneel, bro?
I was like,
you're
why?
representing Nigeria and Kenya, you didn't need that. What did they want to show
the moment,
are you mad, bro?
Exactly.
Get the fuck up,
what
bro.
is that?
Get the fuck up, my bro.
Alright, talking about scary downfall. Quick question, straight answer. We're talking about Fido, is this the beginning of the scary downfall? Now we have Skales in the picture. Quick one, sharp answer. Do you think that this is going to be a few months thing or a bounce back to a forever thing?
There's nothing as a forever thing.
At least, till...
Okay, I understand your question, because I know you're trying to get me into trouble. But this is it. What Skales is enjoying right now is a product of wit, is a product of grit, is a product of of just waiting for your time and waiting for your turn, because anything can happen. I mean, that record Shake Body is like over 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And right now, look at what he's doing. He's out and about touring, gonna start a tour soon. He's going to be, if not going to be super rich from this momentum that he's getting. This song is blown up. A club as big as Barcelona are quietly adopting that song as one of their biggest anthems. Credit to Lamine Yamal and his awesome family. And imagine Skales flying alongside Barcelona players, same plane, and everybody's like, they know who he is. Like, he's actually like enjoying that moment. Is literally right now, Skales can walk into the Barcelona dressing room, everybody will start to do shit. You know, I'm so happy for Skales.
I am too, actually.
I am incredibly excited for Skalo. I really wish him a lot of success. I know that it looks like a momentary type of enjoyment, but please, Skales, for what it's worth, milk it, enjoy it, because I don't know when this is going to happen the game for any of your records, but on Shake Body, it is shaking body right now. It is shaking the scenes, it's shaking the world. And I saw a comment on X, and somebody saying get a Spanish artist to jump on this sound or jump on this song. It really be big, because I mean, in Spain right now, everybody's chopping it. Barcelona, Real Madrid, just literally everybody's just chopping it right now. So big ups to Skalo. I'm not scared for him. He's an OG. Call him Otika or whatever. That's your freaking business. But right now, is he actually benefiting from the reward? Is he actually reaping the rewards of a great song of how many years ago? Absolutely, yes. And he deserves everything beautiful. Congratulations to Skalo.
One very funny thing is, if he dropped that song recently
in
like
2025,
you know go, because they'll be like, bro, what's going on in 2025? Like, what's this in 2025? But it's just like, it just goes to tell how whatever it is you're doing now, you might think that not really bang, but then in years to come is when it actually begins to make sense. Now, wrapping it up, we have an artist. Me, I don't mention him, but you go know. There was a time when an Afrobeat artist picked up his phone or maybe his laptop or his device and then posted that rap is dead. Rap is dead, and everybody like, what do you mean rap is dead? Then we had all the rappers coming out giving us bars, and like, you can't be telling us rap is dead. And then at the head is now we've seen Odumodu Black winning the award for the next rated artist. Since 2007, Odumodu Black is actually the second after Overdose in 2007.
Overdose, yes, in 2007,
which was who was the first. Now Odumodu is the second. What does this imply for the rap genre of music? So
for the rap culture, I think it's a big deal for an artist like Odumodu to win the next rated after Overdose in 2007. I mean, look at the long years they had to wait for that. I feel like people like the MIs, people like all the big rappers, I don't want to mention names, should actually really be excited. I saw Ladipo actually posted and said something nice about that, which is good, and quite happy that a rapper or somebody who is really intentional about rap, he calls himself a rapper, or he calls himself a rapper. A rapper won the next rated award, 17th Headies Award in 2025. That's quite a big deal, and I feel like that capping about rap is dead should be thrown out of the window, because rap is back.
Rap is back. You guys have heard it from Way himself. Would you consider rapping? And you get sometimes where they drop bars, but to
I did it in school, in uni. I failed at it. I didn't try it again.
They booed you off the stage.
No, I never did the stage. I did it in my room, and they were not convinced, so I left it there.
Alright guys, thank you so much for sticking with us till this very moment. I hope you guys have really enjoyed the gist up to this point. And in case you are wondering, what have we spoken about? We've spoken about Davido's claims, like his bold claims. We spoke about Wizkid and Olamide's bromance. We spoke about Fido's, something that's looking like sudden downfall. Scary or not, we do not know. We spoke about Odumodu winning the next rated award at the 17th Eddies edition 2025, and then Skales, Shake Body. I'm sure you guys have really enjoyed all of this. Thank you so much for all that you do for us at Gusto TV Africa. We really do appreciate you.
Thank you.
And Way and I will be signing out now. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.
Bye.